Hi guys, how you doing? I hope you're doing at least what passes for okay at the moment. um, I just wanted to talk a bit really about just how crazy everything is at the moment, and like to try and put it into a bit of context. Like we've known for a while, that like social justice is it's become very popular. A lot of very radical ideas have been put into like academia, for example. But it seems like for a while it's mostly been limited to that. um, of course, aspects of it have been creeping into like mainstream media, like lots of news sources and stuff, and yeah, sort of lots of government run kind of institutions and things like that through like all these things like like diversity and identity politics. But it seems like quite recently it's really just hit the mainstream and hit it hard. Like obviously, things like the BBC, they've clearly had some sort of left-wing agenda, but they, until quite recently, they've at least, pretended to be unbiased, which is kind of what they're legally bound to be because they are government funded after all. But no, now recently it seems they're not even trying to pretend anymore. They are just completely going on about things like white privilege. There's barely any criticism of the protests. I mean, just look at that title going around, right? Of like, what was it, 27 police officers injured at a largely peaceful Black Lives Matter protest. They're acting like BuzzFeed at the moment. And yeah, it's not just the BBC, it's just all over. Like the media is just completely gone crazy with this. And that's just influenced so many people to buy into these radical ideas. Like I'm sure if you have like Facebook or Twitter or whatever, like even people who you'd think were quite apolitical, they never talked about any of this stuff before, they've just their timelines and stuff have just been lighting up with Black Lives Matter, delete me if you disagree. And there's been like absolutely no room for nuance at all about like violence at protests, or just this all lives matter kind of idea, which it seems like quite a reasonable thing to say. It's just gone completely. It's just become like, if you say it, you're labelled as like a white supremacist or super right wing or whatever. So it's like, well, you can't say that. Like if you can't say all lives matter, like what do you just think? Like only Black Lives Matter, white lives don't matter at all. Like everyone else somewhere in between, I guess. It's crazy, man. Yeah, and oh, what else was I gonna say? Yeah. So yeah, like just this this idea of white privilege has really creeped in. It seems like so many people have just started to believe that now, and like the one thing that does scare me about the protest more than anything, really, like the ideas behind it, they've been around for ages for sure, but just the scale of it. Like even like small towns, there's been protests over the weekend in the UK about police brutality. When like if you look at the numbers, like lots of people have shown other people, like and mostly on demonetized channels and things like that. But actually, white people are more likely to die in custody in the UK than black people and stuff. And like, it really is not a police brutality problem in general in the UK, but certainly not against black people. But people they're going on about it like that, like there is, like they're just shooting black people in the streets or whatever, which is definitely not true, thank God. And and now it's extrapolated, really. People are tearing down fucking statues of people who were slave owners in the 17th century. Like everyone was involved in the slave trade back then. It sucks, but it's true. Like if you're gonna apply that standard to to have that moral standard to having statues, you need to tear down absolutely everything before like the 19th century. Why are they just targeting why are they just targeting specific people like that? Is it like only when white people own slaves? Because don't even get me started about the Arab slave trade. I mean, God, I don't even know if you're allowed to talk about that at the moment. But yeah, it just seems like everyone's, I think it must be because of the lockdown partly, like everyone's just got a lot of energy, or at least I hope that's it, but also because everyone's been stuck inside, they've been paying a lot more attention to the news, and of course the news has really gone, like I say, sort of pretty bought into this whole social justice mindset, and that's really indoctrinated people, especially young people. That's kind of one of the most scary things. And I was thinking about this earlier, like recent elections and stuff throughout, the West in general. It's, I've been quite scared when I've seen all these people protesting, and like having all these crazy ideas. But then it seems, like they aren't winning elections at the moment, which is like, yeah, thank God, I mean. But so it seems like they have been in the minority, and yeah, I'm just really worried, like the way things are going, like how many people are buying into this, these social justice ideas. They're like, laced with good intentions and stuff, but I'm sure that most people who believe these ideas or are buying into this, they only have the best of intentions. They're being fed, these facts about, they're just being fed all these crazy opinions, and they're not really having any alternative ideas. It's full on propaganda at the moment. And so, yeah, hopefully, people will, stay true to having their good intentions, and this will all blow over. I really hope so, because it really seems at the moment like social justice is becoming the mainstream. Like back in 2015, you'd hear all these things about college students and 100 genders and just identity politics, but that seemed to be confined mostly to like colleges and universities and academia in general, and a few other small places. But it's really just spread now, and I think it has become the mainstream, at least for the moment. So these are quite strange times. I guess you should just try and, if you have a family member or a friend, you really should, and they're they're talking about these things, you should really make sure you challenge them on it. Don't have a go at them, because they probably have the best of intentions, but just present your viewpoints, hit them with facts and statistics about things, because statistics really aren't on their side. So and that's part of the reason why they have to work so hard to spread all this propaganda, right? But yeah, just make sure you try and chat to people about it, because at least while we have free speech, we should try and use it, or we could end up losing it forever. So I think that'll do for about now. I'll probably make some more videos in the coming days. Let me know what you think, what format you'd like them in. Be sure to leave a comment, like and subscribe. That's about it. Try and stay cool.